We are told high intelligence is a superpower, perfect grades, effortless success, total, unbreakable clarity. That is a lie. This bell curve chart maps the distribution of human intelligence, isolating the extreme statistical minority at the far end. Only 2% of the human population has an IQ above 130. For most of them, their mind doesn't feel like a gift. It feels like an open tab that never closes. If you have spent your life feeling out of sync, overthinking simple choices, feeling exhausted after basic socializing, or questioning the rules everyone else accepts, you are not broken. These exhausting traits are the psychological markers of exceptional intelligence. To understand why this cognitive depth carries such a high price, we can examine the specific diagnostic inventory of the top 2%. This animated diagram illustrates divergent processing. An average person gives a single answer. A high IQ brain branches into a complete simulation of future variables. Several pathways hit dead ends and collapse back, identifying hidden flaws before you act. Because you absorb a room at full resolution, registering micro-expressions, subtle voice fluctuations, and hidden emotional tensions, your nervous system quickly saturates. Solitude becomes a biological necessity to reset your baseline and process the data you've collected. When you process information deeply, you naturally spot every logical flaw and unknown variable in your own thinking. While others act with absolute certainty, exceptional minds sit with the question, what am I missing? The baseline operating system of a genius processes reality at a much higher resolution than the average mind. This depth creates a persistent shadow of self-doubt and mental fatigue. A high IQ brain cannot turn off its pattern recognition. You connect a casual comment from 3 months ago with a sudden shift in someone's tone today. This hypervigilance forces your mind to construct airtight logic around phantom signals, often preparing for worst-case scenarios that never arrive. Look at this line graph charting the need for cognition. There is a rapid upward trajectory as the brain devours a new concept at warp speed. But the moment you master the underlying framework, the challenge vanishes and your motivation drops to zero. Your brain allocates its energy to complex conceptual frameworks. You can solve a high-stakes strategic dilemma, yet forget where you put your keys 10 seconds ago. Basic logistical tasks are simply starved of cognitive bandwidth. Operating at a faster processing speed creates a sense of cognitive isolation. You walk into a conversation and the tempo feels painfully slow. Over time, you learn to mask, simplifying your vocabulary and playing a muted version of yourself just to keep the peace. Deep down, you are waiting for a rare, transformative conversation with an intellectual equal. When you find someone who can match your pace, a single hour of dialogue can sustain your spirit for months. The relentless drive for complex problem-solving powers your intellect, but it often sabotages mundane life routines. Your cognitive hardware runs on the friction of unresolved problems, which can alienate you from average social dynamics. Highly intelligent individuals demand coherent logic. If a rule serves a measurable purpose, you follow it flawlessly. But when you are met with arbitrary dogma, your brain rejects the premise. This makes you look difficult in corporate hierarchies, but you are actually fighting inefficiency. You also possess lower sensory thresholds. A flickering light bulb, the hum of an air conditioner, or unaddressed tension between colleagues act as unfilterable data points that quickly drain your cognitive battery. This diagram illustrates metacognition. While most live inside their thoughts, the top 2% stand outside them. A secondary layer monitors motives. This outer observer grants objectivity, but creates a filter, dampening the moment so you analyze life instead of inhabiting it. Exceptional intelligence acts as an oversensitive receptor that cannot be switched off. This leads to constant, exhausting friction with standard social expectations and physical environments. Your overthinking is foresight. Your need for solitude is self-care. Your resistance to arbitrary rules is the foundation of critical thought. The world was built for the average mind. It is a mistake to spend your life forcing your intellect into those conventional boxes. Instead of shrinking your mind to fit these frameworks, you can focus on building an environment in your career and your relationships where your depth becomes an asset rather than a burden. How many of these 10 markers hit home for you? Tally your score and drop your count in the comments below. If this brought you clarity, hit the subscribe button and join the Brain Library community. Until next time, keep questioning everything, especially yourself.